some poultry farmers that are using battery cages. I am in another of our pen, and I just want to let you know how we care for our battery cages. Guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Modupe. If you're seeing my face for the first time, I make poultry videos on YouTube here. I'm a YouTuber based in Lagos, Nigeria. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for stopping by again. So if you're seeing my face for the first time, please do well to join this fine family. Please subscribe, please like, please share, please comment. Let's get to know each other. So today we're talking about, I want to show you how we take care of our cages. This one cage here, this one row of cages here, they're like 13 rows from the beginning to the end, and this is another row behind me, another 13 sets of cages. So I'll show you how we ensure that our cages are in good shape at all times. Of course, when you're getting cages at your farm, you'll be told that okay, you can use these cages for 10 years, for 5 years, for 15 years. But if you don't take care of the cages well, you realize that you can't even use them for 3 years. So I'll show you what we do at our farm to ensure that our cages are in good shape and they serve us for a long time. So let's get right into it. So this is the line of, this is one line of cage, like a row, and we have 13 sets of cages on each row. That's another row there, another 13 cages. So what we do to ensure that these cages serve us for a long time is making sure that when the attendants are feeding, they are careful with how they take these feeders. So they have to, and that's why this particular cage is actually shorter than the one we have in the other pen there. That one is taller than this, and the reason we did that was so they don't have to have this thing, have these feeders torn. So they have to make sure that they are feeding inside, they are putting the feed in these feeders, so they don't have to keep doing something like this, like trying to drag the feeders. So that's one thing. Then number two is that we clean this cup, these red cups, we clean them every Saturday so that it serves for a longer time. It's not dirty. I'm sure if you see some other poultry farms, you probably see a lot of algae formation on these cups, but it's not like that here because we have to clean them every time. Another thing is that we also clean these feeders because as these birds are eating, they'll drink water. Sometimes the things from their mouths, the feed from their mouths, it falls on these feeders. So we have to clean it every I think once a month. That's when we clean these feeders and also clean the pipes also. Then we also use something like, not broom, like a brush to take off cobwebs from these trays, because sometimes it gets there are a lot of cobwebs that probably might come to it. So we make sure we clean them, cobwebs and dust and all that. So that's what we do. Then another thing that I would advise, and this is more like an advice. So whenever you get into the farm, make sure you look through the cages, how it is. Is it straight, like the way it was made? If it's no longer straight, then you know there is an issue somewhere and you have to rectify it immediately. Don't wait for things to get more damaged before you rectify, because these birds, there are a whole lot of them on each cage, and you can imagine the weight and all that. So don't wait for things to get so bad before fixing it. So when you should also look at the foot of the cages. The reason you have to look at the foot of the cages is to be sure that rats have not dug holes under the feet. And if you notice something like that, please fix it immediately. And any other rat invasion spots you see at the farm, make sure they are fixed immediately, because if you don't fix them immediately, the cage might collapse, and when they collapse, you know that's a very big issue for you. Also, make sure that all the plumbing fittings, everything is working well, and that's why you have to always check the nipples to be sure water is coming out, to be sure there is no blockage happening anywhere. So for these pipes, You can clean them using the inside of the pipes. You can use hydrocare to clean the inside, or use if you have a pressure machine at your farm, you can also use that and clean the pipe, so that, of course, there probably might be dirt and all that inside, so it cleans it out, and there should always be a water outlet that water can come out from. So yeah, just make sure that the nipples, the cups are clean, the feeders are clean. And if you notice that one particular feeder is leaving its place, you should probably have binding wires. That's the wire they use in holding all this together. Have binding wires in your farm, so you can always fix them. Make sure that they are standing well. That's another thing. And my advice, because this, I'm speaking from experience, whenever you notice an issue with your cage, the best thing is to try and call the person that installed the cages. Call the person that installed the cages. It's not about calling random people. We made that mistake in our other pen there, when we call random people and they just further destroyed the cages for us. We had to spend more money when we eventually had to call the person who fixed them. So yeah, these are just tips on how you can ensure that your cages, the cages of your birds are in good shape at all time. Make sure that all the plumbing fittings, all this elbow and valve, everything works well, everything is in good shape. So that's about it for today. So thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. And if you have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and join this our fine family. So we'll see you on another video. Bye bye.